Hey everybody, Kelly from Clearwater here. Want to talk about Google prices versus real prices. So, it's come up a lot lately in our meetings and with customers and things, what people think something should cost for a construction project. And we do a lot of different projects, and we work with a lot of different trade partners, subcontractors, some people call them. So we have a pretty good bead on what things can cost from the very cheap to the very expensive. And we do things in mostly the middle and then some of the high, quite a bit of the high, and then not a little bit of the lower end stuff. So we have a pretty good handle, I feel like, on what that looks like for you as a customer. Now, I love Google. I Google everything. I think it's a wonderful tool, and I encourage everyone to Google things before they call their friends to find an address. I'm looking at some of you out there. But when you Google what it costs to do an addition in Boise, Idaho, you're gonna get a really wacky number. It's gonna be a number that Google has pulled from many corners of the internet that may or may not even be accurate for what you're trying to do. So, or a kitchen or whatever. It's all gonna be very strange. So for instance, if you Google what's the average cost to a kitchen remodel, it'll tell you can get your kitchen remodel for somewhere in the range of, $8,000 to $15,000. And that's true. In a sense, if you're looking to paint your cabinets, not change your flooring, not get new cabinets, certainly, and have a very small kitchen, you can do a lot for 10 grand, maybe 14 grand. But if you're looking to do a regular sized kitchen with an island, new countertops, cabinets, you're probably gonna need new flooring in there, possibly some new appliances. There might be tile backsplashes. There's possibly a bunch of paint as well. Where does that tie into the rest of the room? Are we gonna redo the flooring in the whole living room now because you're doing the kitchen? All of that. It adds up so fast. And I just want everyone out there to be aware, when you Google, you're not getting an accurate number. When we go through and do an estimate at Clearwater, what we try really hard to do is hit the middle of the road, most fair process for you. So as a contractor, I have 3 options when I'm coming out to bid your project. First option is I'm gonna come out there, look at what you've got, or you're gonna tell me about it on the phone. I'm gonna throw a huge number, toss it up on the wall, see what sticks. Maybe it's, I think I can get this job done for $30,000 and I'll send you a $50,000 number, right? Okay, that's a problem, because then if you accept that bid, then next thing you know, I'm working my butt off to try and make sure you get the cheapest thing possible because I've got a $50,000 cap. And then if it's something that changes at all, I'm going to throw change orders on that as well. So you end up, your 50 turns into, 60 or whatever. And I'm trying to work to get the cheapest stuff in the budget I've got. So that's not a very good model. We don't like that. The other model that most contractors use is, I'm going to give you a real low number and try and hook you in. I got you now. I can do this kitchen for $15,000. It's going to be nothing. Oh yeah, cabinets. We talked about cabinets, but we didn't really agree on cabinets. We got you new, you want a new appliance, but we didn't say we'd get you the new appliances. So what I do is, as a contractor, we don't do this, say, okay, we'll get you the real low number and then we'll hook you in. And then, you want new cabinets? Well, that's a whole nother $10,000 just to get them here. Then I got to install them. Oh man, woe is me, woe is me. I now got you on the hook for a bunch more money, right? And at the end of the day, you paid $60,000, $70,000, same price you would have paid to the first guy. What we try really hard to do at Clearwater is we try and get you a range that we think is a real range for the style of thing you talk about when we come out to your house, with all the finishes we think you want when we come out to your house. And then we'll say, okay, it's probably going to be somewhere, if you go with the cheaper stuff that could get you in this look, somewhere between 35. But if you go with the really expensive stuff, it might be up to 75. It could be a big range like that. Or maybe we get more information from you, have a smaller range, right? So we have a range in there. And then we say, okay, what's your budget? What are you trying to hit in that? I want to hit 40 grand. Okay, we're going to work you through, and we're going to pick, then we're going to get a deposit from you for the design of this, because our time is now involved in this. It takes more time to do it our way, but we get you what we want. Then we're going to get that deposit for about 10% of the lower of the range, and then we're going to work it out. We're going to go, okay, you want cabinets? What kind of cabinets? You want the good cabinets? You want the these really high-end stain cabinets? You want, where are we at here? Okay, well, if you pick this, it's going to put you on the higher end. Okay, you want to go right here, right? So, okay, we'll do that. And then we'll find out what your cabinets are, what your paint's gonna be, what your framing might be, if there's framing changes, your flooring choices, your appliances. We'll get an idea, we'll design the whole project out, and we'll have a very clear idea of what the scope is, one, and two, what the things you're gonna choose are gonna be. And then we're not guessing anymore. I mean, we're guessing a little bit. We might run into, we allow for a little bit, right? Like maybe we get in the wall and there's like, we gotta do a little bit extra framing here. But we account for that on our end, just in case that occurs. That's not something we're gonna charge you for, unless it's something that is a major change. Like, oh, you got mold all in your walls and no one knew that? Okay, that's a different thing, right? But if it's, hey, you know, I think I wanna change my faucet from black to you know, I don't know, what if you wanna do champagne. Okay, that's gonna be an extra few bucks. Okay, that's fine. You changed it. We'll just do the charge and the difference of the material and not even have to charge you for anything because you just made that call on the fly. Those are the change orders we deal with. Most contractors are working at getting you a change order so they can make a buck off of you. And those change orders, man, it's hard as a contractor. I get it. It's hard when you're in the project and someone wants to throw in, while you're here, let's do this thing. Okay, well, my schedule's now all off. I get that. However, it's also a way for guys in my shoes to make a boatload of money off of you when you are really bent over a barrel. And that's not how we like to do business. That's not our thing. We like to get you a full design, work through it, and get you that number. But none of that fits into the model. Oh, I Googled it and it was 20 grand. Well, that's great that you Googled that, but that doesn't account for half the things you want to do. And things are more expensive than people think. They just are anymore. Especially in Idaho, we got people that have been here for 50 years. I can tell you right now, the board foot cost of lumber, the chart for over a 30-year period goes like this. 2020 goes like that. It more than doubles and then triples and all sorts of stuff. It's come down some, but in the last 5 years, we have seen more fluctuation in pricing on almost everything than in materials, food. You see it at the grocery store. It's just more expensive than you think. And it takes more time than you might think. It's hard to know what all that one thing you might want ties into. So long story short, or short story longer, you got to do, you got to give yourself a little bit of trust in your contractor, or else you're going to get in trouble. Because find somebody you think is trustworthy, get references, do all of that. But at the end of the day, if Google tells you a number and that contractor is not hitting that number, it's probably not the contractor's fault, because Google's not right. It's just not. I can't remember one time where Joanna Gaines gave a right number, or Google gave a right number, or any of those HGTV shows gave a right number. It's all smoke and mirrors to make people hook into their show and get eyeballs on, but it's not a real thing. So anyway, that's my rant for the day. If we can help you out in any way, give Clearwater Home Services a call. Appreciate you.